They don't guess. They know. The demons inside you don't need to study your life like a stranger. They were born in your silence, raised in the darkest rooms of your memory. They watched you take that hit to the chest and clench your jaw instead of screaming. They memorized the moment you felt abandoned, overlooked, disposable, and they've been whispering ever since. You know the voice I'm talking about. The one that waits until you're alone. It doesn't yell. It doesn't have to. It sits calmly in the corner of your mind and says things only you would believe. You're not enough. They'll all leave, just like before. No one really sees you. They only love the version you pretend to be. See, that's the trap. You start playing roles just to be accepted, just to survive. You water yourself down until you're tolerable to the people who were never meant to carry your truth. And the more you shrink, the louder the demons get. They clap when you ignore the red flags. They celebrate when you chase validation like a starving dog. They grow stronger every time you numb the pain instead of facing it. But here's the part no one likes to admit. Sometimes, you invite those demons to stay, because somewhere along the way, pain became familiar, struggle became your identity, and the chaos, it started to feel like home. You didn't just adapt to it, you bonded with it. That's why healing feels like a betrayal. That's why peace feels fake. You've worn trauma like armor for so long, you forgot what it's like to feel safe without being guarded. But let me ask you something real. What if the war ended and you never left the battlefield? What if there's no enemy anymore, just echoes? You're not weak for having demons. You're human. But you are responsible for what you do with them. You can keep dancing with them in the dark, or you can drag every single one of them into the light and make them face you. You think they're strong because they've been there so long. But the truth is, they've only survived because you fed them with fear, with shame, with silence. But the day you finally open your mouth and tell your story, they starve. The moment you stop pretending you're fine, they start to weaken. And when you choose healing, even if you limp your way there, they panic. Because healing is rebellion. Because love, real love, is a threat to every lie they've ever told you. Because a man who knows his worth, his value, his voice, that man becomes dangerous. You want to scare your demons? Smile when you should be breaking. Stand when you've been taught to kneel. Speak when shame tells you to stay quiet. And love yourself on the days you feel unlovable. Let the world call it ego. Let them say you've changed, because you have. You're no longer owned by wounds you didn't cause. You're no longer apologizing for surviving. You're done carrying the weight of sins that weren't even yours to begin with. This is the part of the story where you stop asking why it happened and start asking what you're going to do with it. Because the demons know your wounds. But now, you own them. And there is no fear more paralyzing to darkness than a man who owns his pain and still chooses light.